Constituent structure in syntax. Constituents is the grouping of units or elements that to form larger linguistic unit. By linguistic unit, I mean the various units of language ranging from morphemes to words, words to groups or phrases, phrases to clauses, and clauses to sentences. Constituents are groups formed by componential elements referred to as constitutes, which facilitate their realization. Think of them this way: a simple traditional table is made up of 4 legs and a smooth top layer that connects those legs. Now, these elements I mentioned, namely, 4 legs and a top layer, are constitutes or componential elements of a table, because you can only get a table when you assembled these parts in the appropriate order, and the table itself is a constituent simply because it is a grouping of various related units. The same goes for linguistic units, words, phrases, etc. Constituents as words. A word is a unit of language larger than a morpheme. What this means is that a word is made up of one or more morphemes. Morphemes are the smallest indivisible linguistic units of meaning, and depending on the type of morpheme, free or bound, words can be formed. Free morphemes are equivalent to words, but not all words are free morphemes. For instance, boys. The example above is a word, but it is made up of more than one morpheme, hence we cannot categorize it as a free morpheme. Boy, free morpheme, plus s, an inflectional bound morpheme indicating plurality, are both constitutes of the word, boys, which is a constituent itself. Other examples include, washes. Further, unabated. Constituents as phrases. A phrase is a unit of language larger than word, and there is a convention that one or more of the units below make up the units above. So in like manner, a phrase is made up of one or more words, meaning that words are the constitutes of phrases. However, the grouping of words to form phrases is not carried out arbitrarily, but there must exist a relationship between them. Take a noun phrase, for instance, the good smart kitten. The example above, a noun phrase, is a constituent, and the words that facilitate its realization are its constitutes. These words share a relationship in that, reordering them can lead to ungrammaticality, that is, smart kitten good there, kitten good the smart, etc. They have clearly stated functions they perform. In co-occurrence, there, good, and smart, all serve as modifiers giving more information about the kitten, which is the head word of the phrase as well as the key point in it. So each constitute shares a relationship with the other units it co-occurs with, in a constituent, and they are not just strewn together at random. Other examples include, a fairy tale. Queen Elizabeth. Boy with great vigor. Man of the day. Constituents as clauses. Just as phrases are made up of words, clauses are made up of phrases, hence phrases are constitutes of clauses. For example, that good lad is very amusing. The example above is an independent clause made up of 3 constituents, which serve directly as its constitutes. Now what this means is that the 3 phrases that make up the clause above are units that also contain componential elements, constitutes, words, but they function as constitutes of a higher linguistic unit, which is the clause. The 3 constitutes of the clause are the following: that good lad is very amusing. The first being a noun phrase, the second a verb phrase, and the last an adjective phrase. These units work together to facilitate the realization of a clause, which we will then refer to as a constituent. Other examples include, life is full of surprises. Sheila keeps her words. Words make up phrases. Constituents as sentences. The sentence is made up of one or more clauses. Remember, one or more of the units below make up the units above. An example to illustrate: before the building was commissioned, the principal had decided on its usage. Their sentence above is made up of one dependent clause, before the new building was commissioned, and an independent clause, the principal had decided on its usage. So both clauses are constitutes of the sentence, which is then a constituent. Other examples include, that house was falling apart when they drove by. Even though a healthy diet is advised, it is often difficult to maintain. When their going gets tough, the tough get going. Points to note: a constituent is a grouping of one or more units, words, phrases, or clauses. Every constituent is made up of one or more componential elements known as constitutes. Did you notice the single constituent in the clause used as an example? Each constitute shares a relationship with the units they co-occur with. Constitutes must be arranged according to grammatical rules. See you soon.